Well, folks, I'm back, you're back, and we are in the Silver Bullet train cleaning it out today because it's a beautiful Sunday. Sunday for the Lord. I went to, I don't know where that lady is. Somebody's behind me. I can hear them peeling out behind me, but I don't see them, but obviously. We are out here in the tundra today. We are out here in the land of free Jesus. And I wanted to really tell you a story, what I know about Art Bell. We had EXS Radio, obviously. You know me from EXS Radio, which I used to be on, which I donated some money. And a lot of people were, like, pretty pissed off about it. Well, we got on Dark Matters Radio. We went on from February, I think, till I did like July, maybe. And then I did my own thing on Stick AM, I think, until that died, till like December or January. So it was about a year that we really did any broadcasting. And Art had already retired because he was getting trolled. He was getting trolled by a group called Godlike Productions. And they're basically a Symphonet, darknet group run by Travis Stock Industries. And they are, you would say, CIA affiliated. And they basically are like low-bottom trolls or low-bottom group that goes around and takes out truth seekers on the internet. Obviously, Art Bell has been a secret name for a lot of late-night people on Midnight in the Desert to Dreamland, when he had Dreamland back in the day. That was he started as a broadcaster doing news, and then he went into doing science fiction, UFOs, and everything that you see here on when he just started Coast to Coast AM. Well, he lost Ramona, his wife, and then married the cleaning lady, and she's really nice. I've spoke to her in email one time. I have a friend of mine that has spoke to her quite a bit. I've spoke to Art Bell a few times in email, and I've called the show a few times, but my other good contact in the business that was our producer for Jim Block was in contact with him. And we got information about a week, maybe 2 weeks before. What happened was, he did get back on air, and then somebody started calling him, and then they shot at him. They were in the desert, and they shot at his building when he was going over, because it's a different building. He lives in the house, then he goes out to his shop to have his building. And he was being shot at. Well, this group was probably Fenn or Jay or Luke, Jason Lucas. One of them sent this group out in a station wagon. I guess it was a station wagon, apparently, and shot at Art Bell. And then they started threatening his wife and his kids. They were going to his kids' school. Then they had that whole thing with his son, who was supposed to be a child molester, but which was all made up. They had been trying to get up Art Bell for a long time. For a long, long time on the internet, trying to get him off, because he was a truth thing. Now, a lot of people say he was CIA. I know that he was in the military. I know he was in some kind of military, in communications in the military. He was a linesman at one time for the phone company, and he fell off a pole, and he messed up his back, so he had to take medication. Well, I think that somebody somehow, got to him, because he was telling a couple people, not just my producer, that he's being threatened, and they're telling him that they're going to kill him. They're going to kill him if he doesn't stop communicating or whatever. And he had gotten real sick with CPD. He had CPD from smoking so long that he got sick. And I think somehow they got to him. And they won't give us a toxic. They say he died of an overdose. I think they may have given him somebody. Obviously, he was saying he was laying on the couch. Somebody got to him. Now, these invisible men in black could have got to him, or they could have shot him through the window. with an injection. You know how the CIA works. But obviously, he had pissed off enough people, and he had pissed off God, and he was fearing that Godlike Productions was going to do something to him, that he was fearing for his life and fearing for his family. That's why he wasn't really on the air anymore. Well, we were started getting the same thing. Calls about, about my life and about my family and about my friends. And then they were, they've been calling me and Jim for 7 years, and lately they have been calling us nonstop. Obviously 23 times in one day was today. And they call privately. They say that on March 6th that I'm going to be indicted for whatever, for speaking the truth. And I want to get the truth out there to the people. That Art Bell loved his fans, and I am one of his biggest fans, and I know that he was played a bad deal of cards for with GLP. GLP is a bunch of thug nuggets. Okay, they were a friend of EXS until Sonny Cardona did his anti-Jewish comments, and then ended up basically joining secretly on the dark web. His friends, he's always been friends with Sonny Cardona, The Truth Never Sleeps. He's always been friends with Godlike Productions and the group there, with Fenn and Jay and all them, because they do his dirty work. And he's got these friends of his that live on 25th Street that have moved to Elyria that support the GLP movement. And then now we have the group of The Mask, which is Johnny Anonymous, Payne, and other people that are constantly at odds with him. Now, I have wore the mask, and I have done different drawings on the Anonymous mask, and I've done it for fun. Okay, and then Johnny copied it. Well, now there's a war between Godlike Productions and this information that I just toasted you about, Art Bell, and Johnny Anonymous and the Anonymous team. And then there's other trolls that are attacking Johnny and attacking Truth Never Sleeps. So we have this, and then obviously me and Jim are getting attacked from both groups. Non-stop. This guy calls with marble mouths and everything. Every day says they're gonna take me to court for defamation of character on Sonny Cardona. When Sonny Cardona is an actor, we have him on tape saying he's been an actor. He's even called Trevisano and asked him how he could be an actor. He did a somewhat rape scene that's been posted on the internet. Not rape, but he was trying to grab a woman. It wasn't rape, but it was a scene that was a type of that you would say was that. This man used to dress up as Elvis and do things. This man, last time I ever talked to him, he was talking about a pyramid scheme. Okay? And then he says he's all holy. He talks to everybody about the Lord and getting saved and all this. But this man, if he stepped in front of a camera or stepped in front of a church or in a church, I think he'd catch on fire. Because the man says he's one thing when he's really another thing. And he gets all mad that I post these videos about this. And he's part of the cabal. That he talks about the New World Order, but his group was involved with Art Bell's death. And about throwing the Michael Lee Hill, which is a guy that was seeing UFOs, and is a hierarchy king of the Anunnaki. Obviously, he had Anunnaki blood in him, supposedly. And that flyer ended up, and I know he was the only one that took flyers, because I never even did. And there was only like 40 made. And because I asked Michael Lee Hill about all this, and he said that GLP threw him under the bus as well. And they took his story and crumbled it around as well. And I found Michael Lee Hill. I was doing research through the Cleveland Ufology Project about all that. And so this is what's been going on in my life, in Art Bell's life, and his wife doesn't want to talk to anybody anymore. I think she's even going to sell the farm and move back to the Philippines, because these groups are still trying to manipulate her because she knows the truth. And that she doesn't want to talk. And I don't blame her not to. But then there's Dee's wife that got beat up. Phil Thompson was a paranormal investigator in Philadelphia and got murdered. Basically found him frozen to death and wrapped up like saran wrap in a bathroom, supposedly. I've heard that story. Other people are talking about Godlike Production. They're getting banned from Godlike Productions because you're saying you're an opinion. Same if you say your opinion on Truth Never Sleeps, you get trolled by GOP and Sonny's secrets. Many secret names that Sonny Cardona has that he uses. So make sure that you subscribe to my podcast, which is this right now. And you guys, God bless and have a good day.